3/15/2010 at about 10:30 at night, there was a shooting on 18th Street in Elyria. There were two victims, or let me change that to two subjects that were shot and killed. Patrolman James Kerstetter from the Elyria Police Department received multiple gunshot wounds and succumbed to his injuries. The alleged suspect is a Ronald Palmer. Mr. Palmer also received several gunshot wounds and he succumbed to his injuries. Due to the complexity and nature of the investigation, as well as the involvement of two county coroners, the investigation is continuing. BCI&I, which did the evidence for the scene, was on scene from early this morning until about 2:12 this afternoon. I do not have any information from BCI&I or the coroner's offices to give you any more to go by. Unfortunately, that's about all I have right now. I'm talking to the Sheriff's Department. We're updating several times during the day, and I'm hoping to have more information either tonight or tomorrow morning to where I can update you even further.
Chief, what do you say to Elyria citizens who now know that back in 2009, Ronnie Palmer was arrested for threatening to kill his wife? Several charges were filed. He ended up getting disorderly conduct, and there was a psych exam ordered by the court, and that never happened. What do you say to citizens of Elyria about that? He never had to take that psych exam, even though the prosecutors pushed for it.
That's something I was not aware of. Unfortunately, our job is to enforce the law, and that's what we do. When you're talking about going to court, that's completely out of our hands, and there's nothing you can do about that. We still go out and enforce the law.
Chief, what can you tell us about the March 2009 incident?
I can't tell you a whole lot about it. I haven't read it.
Do you know if Officer Kerstetter was one of the ones?
I do not.
Okay.
Our understanding is that two officers shot and killed Mr. Palmer?
I have, yes, two officers were involved in the shooting.
What is their status at this point in time?
They're off duty at this point.
Do you have more details on what actually happened?
I do not. I do not.
You haven't had a chance to interview any of the officers? They haven't filed a report or anything like that so far?
Well, the investigation was initially, when it first came up, we called the Lorraine County Sheriff's Department and asked them to handle the investigation. I focused my time, and most of the people in this department have kind of come together to try to deal with this. So that's our goal. It's the family and our department. I have all the confidence in the world in the Lorraine County Sheriff's Department. I would not have called them if I didn't think they could do it. They do very thorough work, and it takes time.
I'll give you an opportunity to speak to the officer's family. I'm sure you'd like to say something.
I have. I'd like to keep that private at this point. They're going through a very difficult time, as are we.
How are the men holding up?
Like I said, it's a difficult situation. They're very professional in what we do. We train, practice, we go out and we do the job day in and day out. We have not had to deal with this since 1942. We have nobody in our department who has ever dealt with this before. I think all things considered, I think they're doing very well. And we're getting through a tough time.
Have you getting a lot of calls have you been getting from other departments and such? You know, I imagine just support.
I couldn't even begin to tell you the number of calls that I've received. I've received even more emails that I haven't even been able to open yet from citizens and other departments. The support is unbelievable. It's unfortunate that this had to happen. And that's pretty much what everybody's saying. We're sorry, we're there if you need us. I can tell you the law enforcement community is a very close community. There are many officers that I've met over the last day, never knew before, and they're there for us from the community.
I understand that when the officer arrived, that he identified himself to Mr. Palmer as a police officer. Do you know if that's true or not?
Which officer?
James, that he identified himself?
I don't know that.
Chief, was he wearing a bulletproof vest?
Yes.
And this morning you described it as one of the most tactically sound officers that you've ever seen.
Yes.
I mean, one guy who helped train your rookies, that
Yes.
was on SWAT. I mean, this was a cop's cop, if you wanted to talk about it in very simple language.
Very good description.
Doesn't this just stun you then, that somebody that talented would have somebody like this happen?
Yes. We are stunned, no question about it. But what a lot of people don't understand is when we go to a call, we react to what happens. We can't make an assumption that something's going to happen because then we're overreacting to things that didn't happen. If somebody makes a quick movement and it's quicker than we can react, things like this happen.
Chief, can you tell us a little bit, you started to, but a little bit more about what kind of officer he was, and what he brought to the department, to the community?
Sure. I've been talking about this all day. Jim Kerstetter is one of the best policemen I know. He's one of the best people I know. He's very good at everything he does. I've told many of you, and well, I know your earlier crews anyway, that he didn't do anything partway. When he joined the department, immediately he was talking about joining the SWAT team, and when he had enough time on to do that, he joined the SWAT team. And then he became a counter sniper for the SWAT team. When he went to driver's training school, we got a call from the Ohio Peace Officers Training Academy where he went to school, stating that he had extra talent, that they wanted to do additional training with him and be able to use him as an instructor to instruct other instructors. When he went to accident investigation school, typically we'll send somebody to level 1 or level 2. Not Jim. He went all the way to the highest level you could get, accident reconstructionist. So he didn't do anything halfway, and he was very meticulous in his work. If you've seen him when he got out of his car, he was tailored. Excellent physical condition. He looked the part. He is the role model.